welcome to 50 Movies in 50 Weeks. I'm your host, Joey Hollywood, and I'm trying to get through all 50 movies in this Mill Creek box set in 50 weeks. The movie I watched today was Atom Age Vampire. And continuing off of last week, I think we got a pretty good selection of movies this year. First off, right off the bat, I liked the credits of the movie. It's always kind of like a good feeling when the movie starts up and you have such a great first impression. Cool, fun credits. Seemed like there's something they're doing something a little bit more elevated than just a disposable horror movie. Right away, I noticed that the movie was dubbed. I'm not sure if it was German or Italian. Just if I were to take a guess, I would say German. But you know what? Let's look it up right now. Let's look it up so I don't make a fool out of myself. I was wrong. It is an Italian movie. This was a fun and interesting movie. Last year we had a lot of duds, especially when it came to Hercules movies. I have a good feeling about this year. And this movie is a lot of fun. It's very similar to a movie we watched last year, actually. I'm trying to remember what it was called. I remember the story. There's a house full of women where an old lady's trying to transplant her brain into one of the younger women. What was that movie called? I can't remember, but it had a similar vibe to it. One thing, I talked about how good the picture quality last week was. The picture quality on this one is not horrible, but there's an interesting issue with the movie where it seems like it's a widescreen or Panavision movie, but they, instead of pan and scan, they just cropped it. But the problem is they left the black bar on top, and as the movie goes on, the black bar gets smaller and then it grows underneath. So it just looks like the picture's just going up and down, we're not seeing everything. It's odd. I think it was probably the biggest gripe I had with the movie. The movie opens up with a breakup. This girl is so distraught, she starts driving and she has a car accident, which disfigures her face. She honestly doesn't look that bad, but there's talk that the disfigurement will grow, as if scars are like mold. They just keep on growing. But a mad scientist really wants her specifically because he wants to run these experiments on her to fix her face. I actually really love the mad scientist laboratory. It's so goofy. I love this aesthetic, the mad scientist aesthetic from this time period. It's so much fun. And they have a really cool effect when they're showing off the healing abilities of this serum or whatever it is that's going to fix the girl's face. And it's done with lighting where you can see the makeup effect, and then she turns her arm so the lighting doesn't catch the makeup effect anymore, and it gives the illusion it's gone. This probably was really cool back in the day. Honestly, it's still cool now. Sorry, Quentin's daughter was yelling at me. Yeah. So Quentin was very sweet. His daughter is very, 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 very angry all the time. But I love her. The title of the movie, The Atom Age Vampire, the reason why it's called that is because the mad scientist originally had very humanitarian goals with this. He wanted to cure the Japanese people of their radiation burns after the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Throughout the movie, he starts becoming more and more corrupted, and he starts becoming a monster. Basically, he becomes kind of a vampire. And the way they do this is another interesting effect. You've seen it before if you've seen the classic Wolfman. It's kind of the stop motion, but with an actor getting more and more makeup appliances on. It's fun, it works, I like it. In fact, I would say the filmmaking kind of elevates this movie from its more derivative elements. And if you've seen any kind of movie like this, it ends pretty much how you'd expect. That'll be the closest thing to a spoiler I'll give, because I think this one was fun. I recommend this one, not as strongly as last week's, but it's a fun mad scientist monster movie. It's pretty inoffensive, and I don't know, I liked it. The main complaint I have with it is the aspect ratio issue. But even then, it wasn't that distracting. And I think that's pretty much all I have to say on the subject. I enjoyed the movie. I hope you guys, if you guys take my recommendation and watch it, I hope you enjoy it too. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week. Remember, please be kind and rewind.